but we started to kind of get carried away by the current. And as my brother and I started moving towards it, my little sister came behind us, and we ended up kind of pushing her off to the side so that she wouldn't go down a rapid that we saw in front of us. And so instead I went down the rapid, and my brother was able to get my little sister out in time. But I went down probably a 10 to 15 foot rapid, and was underwater for like 20 to 30 seconds with no air. And then as I surfaced and got some air, the current kind of pulled me again and pushed me into a crevice that was right by a waterfall. So the waterfall was kind of coming down behind my head and on my shoulders. And I was holding onto a log that had stopped me. And my head was up out of the water. I could breathe. And my older brother came up above me on one of the rocks and was lowering a branch down to me, trying to get me to hold on so he could pull me out. But the position that I was in with the waterfall, I was kind of in a suction spot. It was like a vacuum sealed little pocket in the water. And after about 20 minutes of trying, him and my sister were trying to get me out, and another hiker came down and was holding onto my hands to keep my head out above the water. And between the three of them, they just couldn't do it. They didn't have enough grip, and I was slowly succumbing to severe hypothermia. So I was losing strength in my muscles, and my heart rate was going down. My lips were turning blue, and all around my eyes were blue. Eventually, my mom, who had run down the path to get help, found a hiker and his family, and the hiker happened to be one of the paramedics at a fire station. So when she came and got him, he ran up the path to find us, and luckily he was wearing a belt on his pants, so he took his belt off, and they looped the belt around my wrist, and with that they had enough of a grip on me that between the four of them, they could pull me out of the water and up onto one of the rocks here along the bank. 1 second we were just swimming peacefully, and all of a sudden, boom, here I am. I'm kind of thrown, out of context and discombobulated, and I was just like, oh my god, this is it. And, I definitely wasn't comfortable with the idea of dying. I'm not ready. I'm only 21 years old. I have a whole life to live. But at the same time, it was sort of, a feeling of it's going to be okay. There's nothing you can do about this. When all control is taken out of you and you're just completely helpless, I think there comes a certain point where you just realize, like, there's nothing I can do about this. And I mean, certainly, I think only by the grace of God was I able to get out of that situation, because I couldn't do it by myself.